Welcome back to our Bible study. Today we finish up 1 Peter. We're in chapter 5. Paul encourages the elders among the believers to shepherd God's flock willingly, not for personal gain, but with eagerness and humility. They are to lead by example, knowing that when the chief shepherd appears, they will receive a crown of glory that will never fade. All believers are urged to clothe themselves with humility toward one another because God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Peter calls them to cast all their anxieties on God because he cares for them. He warns them to be alert and of sober mind as the devil prowls like a roaring lion seeking for someone to devour. They are to resist him, firm in faith. God will restore, strengthen, and establish them after they have suffered for a little while. That's kind of the theme of this letter, isn't it? This need for suffering, to be strengthened, to rely more heavily on God, and to make you stronger against the devil. We are directed to live humbly, placing others above ourselves and trusting that God will lift us up in his perfect timing. As we serve in our roles, whether as church leaders or members, we must feature willing and eager hearts, not for recognition, but to honor Christ. We cast our worries on God because he genuinely cares for us. We remain alert and watchful, knowing that the enemy seeks to discourage and destroy. Yet we do not fear, because our faith stands firm in the Lord. Even in suffering, we hold on to his promise to restore, strengthen, and establish us. We find comfort in knowing that he is with us and will guide us safely to eternal glory. You believe that? God allows us to go through some very difficult things, but we honor Christ in those moments. We secure strength through them, and one day in eternity we'll understand all of it. 3 questions, please. What is God's exhortation to the elders of local churches? How can you help them do their work well in the chief shepherd's honor? What are local shepherds here to do? And how can you assist them and also lean into them when you have need? Question 2, what does it mean to, quote, clothe yourself with humility? That's really interesting language. Not just be humble, but clothe yourself with it. Why is a humble spirit so crucial to fighting the efforts of Satan? When I was reading through this week, I thought we want to be strong against Satan, and yet we must be humble in order to get there. How does that work? I hope that you're leaning into this idea that it brings you lowly to God to call for his help, which gives you limitless power. Question 3, is it possible to face sufferings as a result of resisting the devil? What has God promised you after you have suffered for a little while? Maybe that's less familiar to us, although it's big in this letter. We suffer when we fall off a ladder, or when we get older, or when somebody does something unkind, just in general. But what about because we're Christians suffering? Is it possible? Yes. What has God promised if you will be faithful unto death? Let's pray for strength. Gracious God, thank you for establishing our faithful shepherd who loves us so deeply. Help us walk in humility and trust in your timing for all things. Be with our leaders who shepherd voluntarily, not seeking their own gain, but bringing honor to your name. Remind us to cast all our burdens on you, knowing you care for every detail of our lives. Keep us alert and strong in faith when the enemy tries to instill fear and doubt. Strengthen us through every trial and help us keep our eyes set on the return of Jesus and the glory to come. Keep your mind's eye, your heart set on the day you see Jesus face to face. Maybe it'll be today. Let's be ready. Thank you for spending this time with me.